A few days ago, I dealt with the Bitcoin chart, and I said it had, but the Bitcoin price had initially it had gone underneath my or broken out on the wrong side of my descending triangle or flag, as you'd like to call it, whatever you'd like to call it. Um, and we didn't know what it was doing. But then all of a sudden it broke through back into the triangle, and actually it just blasted straight through and out on the other side, on the right side, where we were expecting it to go in the first place. And ever since then, it has performed exactly like I expected it to from the beginning. So what the little dive down underneath my flag was all about, I'm not quite sure, but it seems to be behaving exactly as predicted now. Um, what this means for us at the moment is very promising. I think we have hit the bottom. I think the Bitcoin price is now going to steadily rise, and I'm expecting the price to start rising quicker. In other words, I think the exponential growth or rise in price is going to increase now over the next month or two, I think. Um, as you can see on the screen right now, I have now drawn these two, what do you call it, magenta lines here. And if you remember correctly, I placed my prediction line where I thought Bitcoin was going to go. I moved it. Last time I told you, I moved it to where more or less where the breakout took place from within my flag, and I said I predicted more or less where it would go, and so far it has done pretty well. It seems to be that it's starting to flatten out slightly, maybe not quite as steep as I had drawn it, but it's now operating nicely within these two these this within this channel that I've just drawn here. You can see I'm going to let me just change this to a 4-hour chart so that I can get everything in. Okay, let's just get this all into perspective. It's not very easy to see at the moment, but okay, there we go. That's about as good as it gets. As you can see, there we are operating now in within this channel. The two lines of the channel are slightly convergent, and I suppose if I extend them, they will eventually form a very thin or narrow converging or rising flag or rising pennant, if you'd like to call it, um, which uh, a rising pennant normally means a drop in price eventually when it does break out, I suppose. But I don't think that the pattern has developed enough yet to predict that. But so far, it's behaving exactly like I said it would. I've actually got my dad in to buy some Bitcoin over the last couple of days. He's made two purchases. The first purchase was, I think, Friday last week, and could have been Friday, yeah. Um, and within a couple of days, he's 10% up on his purchase. So he decided yesterday that he was going to buy some more, and I helped him to do the purchase. And he's up already, and he's ecstatic. I mean, my dad is 78 years old, and he can barely type his own name on the keyboard. But I get him to share his screen with me, and I tell him exactly what to do, and I make sure he's doing it right before he presses the send button. And he's bought himself some Bitcoin, and he's he's got a return on his investment already, and he's ecstatic about it. Um, I think more people need to actually look at this. I think Bitcoin is we all know Bitcoin is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It's definitely not going to zero, as some people have predicted. It's a lot of nonsense. Um, Bitcoin is here to stay, and it's going to become super valuable. It is literally worth nothing at the moment. Remember, there's only 21 billion, or rather 21 million Bitcoin. There are billions of people who are going to want Bitcoin, and the demand for it is going to get so high that, well, the value is going to increase tremendously. I think by the end of the year, I agree with most of the people that say we could be looking at $60,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. I think we are in for something great at the moment. What is happening right now? sort of confirms to me. I haven't had that good a look at it yet, but maybe we need a little bit more time, maybe another 3 weeks to a month to confirm this. But it looks like the downtrend has now ended, and um, we are heading up again. Remember, this downtrend that we've had is not a bear market, and not in my opinion anyway. I don't think it's a bear market. We have been in a bull market all the time. This has just been a little bit of a retracement, and well, let's face it, there's been a lot of manipulation taking place as well, which is not natural. But we are in a bull market, and I think this is just the next phase of it coming up now. We are going to see some serious gains, and probably, I think I predicted once before, around the uh, nine, $10,000 mark, we might see a bit of a retracement as people who have bought way down low have start to take some profits, and then I think I might advise my dad to actually sell his Bitcoin then and maybe buy the dip again when it reaches the bottom there. But yeah, I think things are looking really good for Bitcoin at the moment. I'm very positive about it. This breakout is it's maintained the breakout, put it that way. It hasn't come back and tested any support levels or anything. It is, excuse me, it is steadily rising. It looks more natural, and I'm really positive about Bitcoin at the moment. I speak like this, but I don't own any physically myself at the moment. As you know, I'm also a Dignity owner, Dignity token. Basically everything. I have a few other little small altcoins here and there that I own, but basically I am all in on Dignity. Just on the Dignity front, let me just change to the Dignity chart here. As you can see, we are trading pretty steadily between 12.5 cents and 13 cents. We've made a few excursions just over 13 cents, but I don't think anything is going to happen here until we actually get notified of what's happening. As you know, I told you last time, the new smart contract is ready. It's already in Etherscan. You can see it there. I haven't been there today to have a look whether any more disbursements have been made to other wallets, but the last time we checked, only one disbursement had been made to what I would imagine the wallet zero is maybe the exchange wallet or whatever. Um, I think I think at the moment they are dealing with the CEX people. A lot of people have got a lot of Dignity tokens stuck in CEX, and I think they're going to have to deal with those people first before they can carry on. I think once they've sorted that problem out, we will get our email telling us what we need to do to get the snapshot done properly, and the airdrop done properly. And then I think after that, it's going to be cheaper for us to transfer back to our coins back to the exchange so that we can actually do a bit of trading if we want, or just carry on storing them. But and also there is a problem. I know there are some people that have managed with the swap from Unity Ingot to Dignity. A lot of people have managed to get the Unity wallet addresses and the Dignity wallet addresses mixed up, and some people have some Dignity tokens that they have managed to send to a Unity wallet, and I know the tech guys are working on that. Disclaimer here, or not a disclaimer, a bit of a confession. I'm one of those people. I also have some Dignity tokens stuck in a Unity wallet, and support has said they will sort me out, or they'll try and sort me out. But I have to wait, or we have to wait until they actually find a gap. They are extremely busy at the moment with all the new stuff happening. But I would imagine that they got to sort that out as well, because any Dignity that is stuck in a Unity wallet will not be part of the snapshot, the way I understand it. So any Dignity tokens, although they might be able to salvage them later, if they do the snapshot before they salvage them and get them back into a Dignity wallet or MyEther wallet or whatever, they will not form part of the snapshot, and the free airdrop of the loyalty tokens will not be awarded to those Dignity tokens stuck in those Unity wallets. So I think they're busy sorting all of that out. I was expecting them to have already sent us an email, but now thinking about it, I think they're busy sorting out all of these problems, which we really don't need to know about. When they've got all that sorted out, they need to just send out an email, give us instructions on what to do, or to make sure that we have our Dignity tokens either in an offline wallet, whether it be Trezor hardware wallet or a software wallet like a paper wallet like my Ether wallet or something like that, um, just so that we know where we are, and obviously the dates and times that these snapshots and everything are going to be taking place. So there appears to be no progress there at the moment, but I'm sure. Well, we know there are things happening behind the scenes. We've seen the new smart contract appear, so they have to be working on it. I think they are frantically working behind the scenes to get all of this done, and we should hear from them as soon as they are ready. That's about it from me today. You should hear from me pretty soon, as soon as we do get email or as soon as I find out any more news. I do have some sources of news that are not quite mainstream. Call it insider news. Now and again, I get some scraps of news, and I like to share it with you beforehand. It's always nice to get a little bit of news before it actually hits the mainstream. Although I must add, I don't know any of the board members or anything like that. I'm not linked to them in any way. I just know a few people who are a little bit closer to the center, put it that way. Anyway, that's it from me today. Let's get out there and make some money.